These are devotions for people at a social distance. This morning I read in the book of Deuteronomy, starting at chapter 6, starting at verse 10. And these are the words that kind of jumped out at me today. When the Lord your God has brought you into the land that he swore to your ancestors, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give you a land with fine large cities that you did not build, houses filled with all sorts of goods that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant. And when you have eaten your fill, take care that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. And of course, the context within the old biblical story, this is a prelude to a conquest, where they're going and they're actually taking the land from people. So the people who built these houses and cisterns are people that they've basically stolen them from. And, that is problematic enough. But that wasn't what really struck me as I read the story. I kind of applied it to my life differently. It made me recognize that a lot of the prosperity that I experience, that people, the dominant majority people in North America, white people, the wealth that we have, the stability we have is not necessarily what we ourselves have built. Yeah, there are self-made millionaires and people like that who have built for themselves extraordinary fortunes, but really a lot of the wealth that we have is wealth that has been built up by over generations. And the stability of the families we come from and the long-term growth in equity in homes and things like that, that is something that has been built up over generations. And that's true for middle class people, and it's also generally true for rich people. Most rich people, of course, inherited their wealth from previous generations. And yes, that happens in this world. And sometimes it contributes to a growing disparity between the rich and the poor. The thing that really struck me about this passage, reading it today, is God calls the people to humility. Look at what you have. When you have wealth, when you have stability, when you have sort of an equity that you can build on, recognize that you did not just build this yourself. Look at where you came from. God brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. Few of us can say that we come from such humble origins. But if we have wealth today, if we have stability today, it is probably built on the work of many previous generations. And just let's not be full of ourselves. And certainly let us not look down upon those who haven't had those advantages as they've sought to build up their own wealth and their own stability in this world. And there are many who have not had those advantages. So I felt this passage in Deuteronomy 6 really speaking to me today. Lord our God, in this season of Thanksgiving, as we look at the abundance and prosperity that many of us enjoy, let us look upon it with great humility, recognizing that we have not just built this all by ourselves, and that we are grateful, but we are also humble and look with kind regards upon those who have not had the advantages we have had. Amen.